So when you think New Year's celebration, you're probably picturing parties, fireworks, maybe making a few resolutions you're going to forget in a week. But what if I told you there's a totally different kind of New Year described in this ancient text? We're talking 80 trillion monks, a call that echoes across the universe, and an act of humility that will blow your mind. So come on, let's dive in and uncover the story of this absolutely extraordinary New Year's gathering.
Okay, so where are we getting all this from? Our guide today is the Sutra on the New Year, a scripture that was translated into Chinese way back around the 4th or 5th century. This isn't some modern retelling. We're going straight to the source to see exactly how this incredible event was recorded.
And that really brings us to the heart of it, right? I mean, just try to wrap your head around that number. 80 trillion. What does a New Year's party even look like for that many beings? How in the world do you gather them all in one place? And what could possibly be the reason for an assembly this massive? The scale itself is it's a huge part of the story.
All right, so to really get what's happening here, we gotta set the scene. The story doesn't start in some far-off galaxy or heavenly realm. Nope, it starts in a very real, well-known place in ancient India, which kind of grounds this epic story in reality.
We're in Jeddah Grove, this famous park where the Buddha gave a lot of his teachings, and the core group is already huge. 84,000 monks are there. But, and this is the crazy part, this is just the warm-up act. The text says they've just finished a 3-month retreat, so the vibe is super tranquil. I mean, listen to how the sutra describes this. The language is just so beautiful. It doesn't just say the Buddha was sitting there. It uses these epic comparisons to get his presence across. He's not just a teacher, he's like a cosmic center of gravity, this brilliant moon in a sky filled with stars. It really sets the stage perfectly for the cosmic scale of what's about to happen.
So the scene is set. The mood is serene, but remember, 84,000 monks is just the beginning. To gather everyone else from across the entire universe, you're going to need a messenger with some truly extraordinary abilities.
So how do you send an RSVP across the cosmos? The Buddha turns to his disciple Mahāmaudgalyāyana, who was famous for his supernatural powers. And this isn't just a regular shout. He projects this great sound across what the text calls 3,000 great thousand worlds, which is basically the Buddhist term for, well, everything, the whole universe. And his voice itself becomes a palm, an invitation for everyone to come on over.
And get this, they answer. Monks from all over the cosmos hear the call, and using their own psychic powers, they basically teleport instantly to Jeddah Grove. The first group of 84,000 suddenly swells to this unbelievable number, 80 trillion, 400 billion. The scale is it's meant to completely blow your mind.
So why? Why gather this absolutely insane number of beings in one place? It's not for a lecture or some big show of power. It's for something way deeper, a profound ritual of purification, humility, and coming back together. The very first instruction is for all these trillions of monks to turn to each other and just confess. The idea is to clear the air, to resolve any little arguments or misunderstandings that might have happened, and just purify the community before the new year. It's like a giant collective reset button. Okay, so this brings up a really interesting question, doesn't it? You've got 80 trillion beings here, from total newbies to fully enlightened masters, and at the very head of them all is the Buddha himself, the big boss. So, in this spiritual hierarchy, who sets the example? Who goes first? And the answer is just wow. It's the Buddha. He stands up, faces his own students, and repents to them. Now, the text makes it clear that a fully enlightened Buddha can't actually make a mistake. So this isn't him admitting he messed up. This is the teaching. It's the ultimate lesson on leadership and humility, a powerful demonstration that true authority doesn't come from being perfect, but from setting the highest possible example of accountability. And this amazing act of humility leads right into the central teaching of the day. The Buddha uses this moment to explain the absolute, non-negotiable importance of ethical conduct.
So real quick, what are precepts? Well, think of them as the foundational rules for a monk. Vows against killing, stealing, lying, the big ones. In Buddhism, keeping these rules pure isn't just a list of don'ts. It's the very ground you have to stand on to make any kind of spiritual progress at all.
The Buddha then uses this incredibly intense analogy to really drive the point home. He says a monk who keeps the precepts pure is spiritually alive, but a monk who has broken their fundamental vows, he says they're like a corpse. And even if all the gods in the universe showed up with some divine medicine, they couldn't revive that person spiritually. It's a powerful, unforgettable image about just how crucial integrity is on this path. Okay, so after that really deep teaching and this incredible ritual of forgiveness, the universe itself just responds. The whole tone shifts from being super solemn to this massive cosmic celebration. The sutra lists all this amazing stuff that starts happening. The world literally shakes, this heavenly music starts playing out of nowhere, beautiful, fragrant flowers rain down from the sky, and get this, even the mythical dragon kings rise up out of the ocean to offer pearls and jewels. It's like the entire cosmos is giving a standing ovation for what just went down.
But the real payoff isn't just a cosmic light show. It's the change that happens inside the people who are there. Instantly, 10,000 monks achieve stream entry. That's the first stage of enlightenment. They've had a direct glimpse of the ultimate truth, and now they'll never fall back. They're locked in.
And if that wasn't enough, 8,000 more monks go all the way. They become arhats, fully enlightened beings who've completely ended the cycle of rebirth. A massive wave of spiritual awakening just sweeps right through the crowd as a direct result of the day's events. So, as this incredible ceremony comes to a close, the Buddha boils the entire experience down to its essential, timeless message, a lesson for that assembly way back then and for any of us reading the text today. And here it is, the ultimate takeaway. The sutra ends with this beautiful, simple verse. It lists the things that bring real joy: having a great teacher, hearing the truth, and a community that gets along. But it's that last line that just hits you, right? The ultimate outcome of this enormous New Year's ceremony, with all of its cosmic scope and supernatural events, comes down to one simple truth: harmony brings peace.